ladies and gentlemen, with the show of madness, crazy enough to do this show blindfolded, only known as Under the Radar. And Maestro forgot to include that I tried to type with that blindfold on to prevent sunlight from coming in and kept typing on the side of my desk for a good 30 minutes and was hitting nothing. Thanks, Maestro, I appreciate that. But besides trying to do a show of madness with a blindfold on, I think it's time for us to go ahead and check out a couple of these indie games from the Screenshot Twitterverse from this past weekend and beyond for another midweek edition of the Four Squared Delight. With apparently 7 games according to the Maestro. Nice! And the first game that we have up comes from the Twitter page of Retail Royale with their said game, Retail Royale. And the screenshot that they provided for this week is you taking on one of your friends and actually not only throwing a box at him, but blocking his sickle hook hit with an axe, only for him to follow you down a dark corridor into a room where he would step directly into your bear trap for you to throw some Wile E. Coyote dynamite at him and win the match instantly. Nice! And this automatically reminds me of, once again, the Belko experiment. With the exception that there was no bear traps in that movie, but I got a feeling if they were around, they would have probably used them. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that you can actually use the newspaper that was on the ground you walked past to cover up the bear trap so they won't be able to see it coming. I mean, granted, he did walk through that door very foolishly and the bear trap was waiting for him on the other side, but just in case you don't have that convenience of just walking down a hallway and just immediately finding a room to the right or left of you, yeah, a chance for you to cover it up with newspaper will be an awesome idea. And oh, a chance for the walls to break when you throw that dynamite? Another thing I hope for in the near future. And the next game that we have up, besides, I guess, storeroom madness that would take place in only a horror movie or in a game like that, comes from the Twitter pages of Black Skylands with their said game, Black Skylands. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of not only asteroids, but a little hint of Skies of Arcadia in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that you get a chance to upgrade your ship and your weapons to take on all the creatures that are looking to try to sink you out of the sky one way or another. Especially that giant oversized squid or whatever the world that crab creature was that destroyed that bridge while you were making your way across. And oh, Maestro said, what am I talking about? And good point. During this screenshot, folks, you would not only get a chance to see you trying to defend the ship against a whole bunch of dangerous monsters, and would even see you trying to fight a giant squid, and even a giant crab-like creature that would be able to destroy a bridge, all before the title card would pop up for you to just fade to black. Yeah, thanks, Maestro. I can't believe I almost forgot to tell the people at home what was in the screenshot for this week for this cool game. Yeah, people need to know that. Anyway, the next screenshot that we have up, besides doing things completely backwards, comes from the Twitter page of Trash Sailors with their said game, Trash Sailors. And the screenshot that they provided for this week shows a giant oversized angry squid over in the distance while you and your partner tries to work to repair a sea barge that you're standing on that is being eaten by a shark, slowly but surely making your way on over to that giant oversized octopus in the distance. Or is it a squid? Well, according to the Maestro, it is a octopus. Thought it was a squid. Got it wrong. And this screenshot automatically reminds me of a combination of not only Drinky Crow, but a little hint of the marvelous misadventures of Flapjack. And here's hoping in the near future for this game, and according to the Maestro, it's probably already in there, the fact that you get a chance to actually reel in more junk to fix the plank that you're standing on, and also maybe, just maybe, something to get rid of the sharks. Yeah, that's the only thing I really hope for in the near future, because that's the real problem here. The sharks trying to destroy the barge that you're on, or plank, or, I don't know what to properly call it, but let's just say it's the only thing keeping you afloat. Yeah, let's just say that. And the next screenshot that we have up comes from the Twitter page of Bog Hagoo, nice Twitter name by the way, with their said game, Mechanical Star Astra. And the screenshot that they provided for this week shows you in your interstellar spaceship taking on a whole bunch of bad guys, only for you to gain the powers and cubes of those said spaceships you destroyed to not only upgrade your ship, but also to pull off a railgun super blast to eliminate all the enemies off of the screen. Not bad. Not bad at all. And this game automatically reminds me of Raiden. Yeah, definitely reminds me of Raiden from back in the day. And here's hoping in the near future, seeing the fact that you can already upgrade your ship with the cubes of the enemies that you defeat. Here's hoping that you can play this game alongside with your friends. Yeah, the only thing I hope for in the near future, since it already has a railgun and a super blast that you can already do to take out enemies, yeah, a chance to play alongside with a friend is all I ask for in the near future for this game. And Maestro said, what about a custom ship? And I got a feeling they already got it. Yeah, they're on top of that. And the next screenshot that we have up comes from the Twitter page of Jordy JS with their said game, Arbiter. Or Arbiter? We'll go with the second one. And the screenshot that they provided for this week shows you taking on a creature from another planet, doing another cool set of combinational moves, not only knocking the enemy directly into the air, but also doing one of those crazy teleportation shots that shows you just standing there with your arms crossed as you hit the enemy from a faraway distance and even warp out of the way of their own attacks to knock them back into the air, slam back down to the dirt, and just watch as the enemy disappears as you do a cool pose after it's all said and done. And Maestro said, how in the world was I able to track all that happening? Well, I played many of RPG games that does combinational moves like this, so yeah, I'm used to it. And this screenshot automatically reminds me of a combination of not only Naruto, but also a small hint or a major hint, depending on how you look at it, of the Tales series with all those combinational strikes. And here's hoping in the near future that you can mix and match these attacks at any given time and even upgrade them as you go along in the game. And according to the Maestro, with a game like this, the chances of that happening is pretty high. Not bad. And the next screenshot that we have up comes from the Twitter page of Cage Studios with their said game, Sherwood Extreme. And if I last remembered, we did talk about this game, a part of the Steam Greenlight special, and even a part of the Indie Wall of Fame. Nice to see it made it this far. And the screenshot they were able to provide for this week shows you in super slow motion taking out a whole bunch of bad guys with a crossbow gun for one enemy to just fly from out of nowhere into the screen and just ragdoll right directly to the side of the mountain for you to successfully make it down the zip line without getting hurt. I almost forgot it was called the zip line, is how cool this scene was. And this automatically reminds me of a combination of Max Payne 3 with a little hint of Robin Hood mixed in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future, besides getting a chance to use a crossbow, he also has a claymore sword that he can use to take out bad guys at a moment's notice. Because you're gonna need to have a short game or a short range game to take out somebody too besides a crossbow. And seeing the fact that I don't think that shotguns exist back in those days, yeah, a claymore sword ought to cut it. No pun intended, Maestro. No pun intended. And the last but not least screenshot that we have up for this week comes from the Twitter page of Classic GJ with their said game, Clive and Wrench. And the screenshot that they provided for this week shows our friends Clive and Wrench working together to not only make their way to the other side of platforms, but also to collect coins, documents, and other things to help out the people of the Karma Llamas to help do things in the level. And not to mention also walking across a graveyard without getting attacked by skeletons, which in my line of work of doing RPG games and platform games is kind of strange. They might be waiting for them. I could be wrong. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that automatically reminds me of a combination of not only Super Mario 64, Crash Bandicoot, with a little hint of Banjo-Kazooie in there as well, that you get a chance to actually upgrade your abilities to do more dangerous attacks than a helicopter spin. Maybe a ground pound to wake up those zombie skeletons that are most likely waiting for you underground under those one paths. And according to the maestro, they may be friendly. I don't remember a single game with friendly skeletons. Well, with the exception of that one level in, I keep forgetting it. Was it Conker's Bad Fur Day? I'm pretty sure there was one friendly skeleton there, but outside of that, never seen a game with friendly skeletons. But we'll look into that. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out any of these cool screenshots and whatnots, plus others that are waiting for you on the Twitterverse, you can head on over to the Twitter pages of not only Oliver Snyder's, OctoCurio, Shot_Games, Playing Indies, Indie Rhymes, or even under the Twitter page name of Nomad, or under the hashtag of Screenshot Saturday. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out the screenshots that we liked for this week and get an interpretation of it for yourselves, you can head on over to our Twitter page, only known as the 00Agent0012, where the maestro decided to make a midweek screenshot folder entitled Midweek Screenshots. That's the best you got? Well, now he decided to change it to Midweek Screenshot Adventures. Okay, that's a little bit better. And I guess with that said, folks, we might as well head back into that music once again. And when we return, we'll be back with another risk-taking, back-breaking edition of the Wild World of Stunts right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.